How do you make sure you secure a loan if you're self-employed? A lot of people who might have more cookie cutter situations, they get a pay stub, they get a W-2, they make a salary. A lot of times that is very, like I said, cookie cutter and very easy for underwriting to decipher their ability to repay a loan. It can also be just as easy if you're self-employed. This takes a little bit more planning with your loan officer and alongside your CPA or tax accountant. When you're self-employed, we're really looking at your historical earnings. So instead of just the most recent pay stub, the most recent W-2, we're usually looking at about a 2-year history of yours and the business's earnings. That's all going to be reported on tax returns. So a lot of times we need the tax returns for you personally and the tax returns for your business to be able to determine the stability and continuity of the income and how are things trending. Are things very stable? Is the business showing increasing income over time? Is the business showing declining income? All of those things are taken into consideration. If you have been in business for over 5 years, there's good news that oftentimes you can get relief in terms of how far that look back happens, and it might only be the most recent year of yours and your business's tax returns. What I recommend to my self-employed clients is that if they have goals of potentially purchasing a home in the next year, maybe that's easy to tell, maybe it's not. Sometimes people just get the itch and they want to buy something. So even if they know or not, I always recommend we're connecting around the tax season time, because I want to be able to review their tax documents in a draft state before they've been filed. So we can catch anything, we can do some quick analysis of them and figure out, are they going to be able to, if the right home comes along, qualify for it? Or is their purchasing power going to be inhibited because maybe they've written off too many expenses or too many deductions? And so a lot of times I will work hand in hand with both a client and their CPA to make sure that we're all rowing in the right direction and we're not going to shoot ourselves in the foot with understating how much income the business has made when it comes time to go and buy a home, because it's a lot harder to unwind those changes once the tax returns have already been filed with the IRS. So it can take a little bit more planning and preparation, but a 15-minute call goes a long way. Being self-employed can sometimes be a blessing and a curse. Sometimes a catch-22. You got a lot of flexibility with what kind of income you report, and therefore you can pay less taxes, but ultimately that's going to be the income that we're using to qualify you for the loan, and that can inhibit your purchasing power. Now, if you are someone who prefers to write off a lot of your income and pay less taxes, there can be additional alternatives. You can potentially qualify for a bank statement loan, where we then just look at the last 12 months of bank accounts and the deposits that you or the business have received over the course of that year. And so that can be a great alternative. Like I said, if you are someone who wants to write off a lot of that income, but still be able to qualify for a loan. Once again, if you have any questions about self-employment, your ability to qualify for a loan, I'd recommend reaching out. It's great to plan ahead if you fall into that financial picture. And so please don't hesitate to reach out. I'd love the opportunity to connect, give you some pointers along the way. And you can call me, text me, DM me, whatever works. I'm Mike Stone with Megastar Financial, and I'm here to help.